Hey, it's Megan and welcome back to the studio. So today I'm gonna do a fall look. Fall is like my vibe, okay? And I feel like it's given 2016 YouTube tutorial, but those were like my favorite videos. Fall is the season where you can just play and be vampy, glammy, all the things with your makeup. So let's go. So I've already prepped my skin and now I'm just gonna go ahead and start color correcting. This brush has been a game changer for me. I don't know if it was in my last like makeup brush favorites video, but it is the Morphe E8 and you can just see how fluffy it is and it just really diffuses out my color corrector. Now for contour, I'm gonna go back in with what I've always been using. It is the NARS Laguna. I feel like it's just the perfect shade. I'm switching it up. This is like an OG brush. It's from Sonia Kashuk and you can really see just how much precision it gives you, and it just like chisels you out, honey. You can kind of leave your contour like this, but because I have a round face, I am gonna cut it. Like how this one allows you to emphasize your cheekbones and still define your face at the same time. And all you have to do is like kind of suck in your cheeks and just follow the hollows. And then you can just use the side of the brush to really carve out that nose contour a little bit, and it does not take much. The reason why I like this brush too is because you're naturally gonna get really straight angles because it's a straight brush. It also allows you to really cut your jaw like really precise too. We can get all up in here, okay? Yo, I said it before and I'll say it again, okay? Make sure you're putting your contour like into your hairline. We need a nice seamless blend, okay? So for my lips, I tend to use a darker contour. This is the Danessa Myricks Beauty Power Bronzer in the shade Deep. This is the perfect shade to kind of define my lips. For concealer, I'm using one that I've been loving lately. It's the Dose of Colors Let's Face It concealer. And I just feel like it gives the perfect amount of coverage. The texture is really bomb and you can build it up. And I just like to pat it on, and this is using my Sephora number 47. And I'm trying to just really take a little bit at a time because I do so many steps. Like if you overdo it on the product, it's gonna look wackadoo. So just build. It'll be okay if you need to add more, but it's so much harder to take away. So just kind of take your time. This is legit like one of my favorite parts of the makeup routine because I feel like all of my features are popping out. And I don't know, it just makes me excited. The colors, the undertones, the warmth. Now I'm just gonna go ahead in with my Ilia True Skin Serum Concealer. She's kind of been a ride or die, y'all, lately, like no lie. I like to just use her a little, just to kind of fill in the gap, just a little whoop whoop. And it just kind of helps give a nice gradient effect from the lighter concealer to my contour. So that way, even when I blend my foundation, everything just kind of flows and makes sense, you know? And then just a tiny, tiny drop of this right here. It is the One Size Concealer. And just taking a smaller brush, I'm gonna use it just to kind of concentrate that light right here on the inner corner. This is the MAC 191, and you can see like how sharp it just allows your application to be. Like you can really get into the nooks and crannies of your application with this brush. It works so good. I have not used the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Foundation in a minute. She's a little bit darker than we are, just by a little bit. The undertone's a little off. When you underpaint, you can finesse your foundation shade a little bit. Like even if it's not the exact shade that it should be, we can kind of make it work because we have all these other shades on our face. So I'm just going to take a little bit at a time and we're just going to start working this in and see what we can do. I love it though because of the finish that it gives. It is so pretty, but like we got to work on these shades. Hourglass. Whatever is left is how I lightly kind of blend in my nose. I ain't gonna lie, I slick forgot my cream blush. That's okay though. I'm going to go ahead and apply it. Because all I did was just set under my eyes. And I'm going to use a Juvia's Place. I'm going to use two of them. This one is Coral Rose and this one is Marigold. And I want to use Marigold to kind of like blend into the upper part. And with these, guys, take your time. She is so pigmented. Like, A little bit goes a super long way. You're probably gonna have these cream blushes forever. So this is the Coral Rose shade, and she's cute. She's giving. Now I'm gonna take just a tiny bit of Marigold, and this is the lighter one, and I'm just gonna put a little bit on just to kind of blend it all into like my under eye and give a really pretty gradual look. I was talking about this powder puff on how freaking big it is. Like, what the heck? This is the 5-inch one from Top Wall. The 4 inches in my Amazon storefront. That is linked below. I only been using a very little bit of powder. You don't want to just have like a pound of powder on your face if you have dry skin, textured skin, more mature skin, whatever the case may be. I feel like that in general though, like even if you have oily. I love powder and the effect that it gives, but too much of it, if you go crazy, can have you looking crazy. Alright, now I'm going to use some bronzer. This is the Makeup by Mario bronzer in the shade Deep. Everywhere I put contour is where I put the bronzer. I only do a little bit because it is pretty pigmented. And then I always just go in with a smaller brush and do my nose. This one is from BK Beauty. It's the 206. And I just do a tiny bit just to kind of diffuse out that contour a little bit. Put some bronzer right here. And this is a good framework for the eyeshadow. For lip liner, I'm going to use this one from Kat Von D. It's the Everlasting in the shade Crucifix. Anytime I'm doing something on the, I was going to say anytime I'm doing something dramatic on the eyes, but really anytime I do makeup, I always around this time apply my lip liner. Just because I feel like it helps balance out the face while I do my eyes. I'm going to add a little bit more bronzer just in my crease. This is one of my absolute favorite palettes of all time. These tones are so me. It's a Juvia's Place The Berries palette, and it's super inexpensive, but the tones, the pigmentation, everything is so gorgeous. I'm gonna dip into this first shade here. It's like a really nice burgundy plum, and I'm lightly just gonna start patting it on my outer corner, going up into the crease. Already I'm feeling the vibes. Okay, wait, before I go any further, I'm gonna bake. I'm gonna use the Huda Beauty powder, and this is in Kunafa, I believe that's how you pronounce it. I hope so. I am gonna take just a smudger brush. This is the Sigma E30, and I'm gonna take that exact same shade and sweep it on my lower lash line, kind of connecting it to the outside too. Now I'm going to take that middle pink shade on a fluffier brush and just kind of use it to diffuse out that first shade that we did, because you already know what I'm going to say. You don't want to know where it stops and where it starts, so just blow it out, boo. And then using this really deep burgundy plum, I'm going to use a Morphe M562. It's really skinny but long. I'm going to use it to deepen up the crease and the outer corner. I sprayed a little bit of rose water on this brush, and it's just like an eyeshadow brush, and I am going to use kind of like this reddish shade and put it right here on the lid, kind of in that empty space. Ooh. So good. This is the new Danessa Myricks Lightworks palette. I showed it on my TikTok, but y'all, these shades are unreal. I have to play with it. Let's see. I'm gonna use this shade Unbreakable. Woo. And I'm gonna pop it right on top of this shade on my lid. It's so pretty. It just like takes it up a notch, you know? This is such a pretty eyeliner from Laura Mercier. It is in the shade Cocoa, but it's like a really pretty burgundy. So pretty. Now I'm just going to apply some lashes. These are in my Amazon storefront too. I love a good lash. I feel like when I first started doing makeup, I used to be so nervous to put lashes on clients. And so I used to just be like, girl, your lashes are bomb. You don't even need false lashes. And even though sometimes it was true, like really, I just was scared. I was scared I was going to mess the lashes up. So like I didn't do it. I think I want to mix these two Patrick Ta blushes. This is in She's Giving, and this is She's Wanted. Okay. Pop on my lashes. If you look down into a mirror, it makes it so much easier to apply your lashes. Oh my gosh, like you cannot tell me this is not fire. Okay, I have to apply just a black liner. I always forget to do this, but it is such a crucial step. I'm gonna use the shade Catchin' Feelings by Dose of Colors. It's light, but it's good. All right, and here is the final look. It's definitely giving those nice fall vibes. Like, I'm here for it all the way. Thanks for hanging out with me, doing some makeup together, and I'll see you next week.